Test 1, 2. Alright, how is the BGM? Ow. Super. Alright. Oh, whoops. Let me go fix something real quick. Well, anyways. Hello there. Hi, welcome to my debut. Oh boy. Day 1 and I'm already have to fix stuff. Give me a bit. I'll go ahead and fix things right up. Okay. Hello everyone. Well, as you all know, my name's Rei. And welcome to my baby stream. Anyways, let's get started. Oh, this right. Hold on. Let's start off here. Well, hello there. And welcome. This time I'll be doing it with a PowerPoint presentation because it's just easier to debut this way. Oh, here goes nothing. Well, hello there, everyone. So let's see. Who am I? My name's Rei Peiron. And, for today's on April the 14th, my age will be represented by a pocket watch. Because I'm forever 17. Alright, let's not go into details about how old I am. Anyways. My height? I'll just say it's 182 cm. I'll claim it as it is. And as the caption says, I'm a self-proclaimed historian. He has too much time for his hobbies. Alright, moving on. So this next slide's about me. Who am I? What do I like? What do I not like? Games I play, and the type of music I listen to. Well, let's start off with the things I like. I like to believe I lived through a pretty long life. 17 years, in fact. There's a lot of things I do in my free time, so over time I just picked up a lot of stuff. Let's start off with history. That was the thing I started loving ever since elementary school. In fact, I think I read an entire biography about Napoleon. Good lord, it was like as thick as like 3 or 4 Harry Potter books. I still can't believe I managed to read through all that. But yeah, that was my childhood. Slowly over time, I developed all these things that I like to do, especially cooking. I love curry. In fact, there was this one manga I was reading called Addicted to Curry, and that pretty much got me started to liking curry a lot more. Thanks to that, I think the first chapter there is a recipe for kimo matar, and that's how I got started loving how to cook. Formula 1. Now, that think it started right around like 2012, 2013. It was right when Singapore just started hosting the first Grand Prix, and I saw it live on TV, and from there I started to develop my love for it. Righty. And I'm gonna move things out of order. I'm gonna go skip right next to Mahjong. Actually, hold on. Let me just fix something real quick. Give me a bit. This BGM is a little distracting for me. I have to find. Alright. Sorry for that. And let's get back on with the show. Alright. So, moving on. Mahjong. I learned Mahjong when I was drafted in the military towards the end of my service. It was a Hong Kong style Mahjong, I think. But later on, I learned how the Japanese style, the Riichi style, and since then, I've been pretty much addicted for quite a while. Hello, Discordant. Righto, moving on. Actually, with a lot of free time comes listening to podcasts, watching documentaries. It all kind of relates to how much I love history. And with all this watching and listening, I tend to think a lot. Like, for example, time. Why I hate time. Why I love and hate time. Like, why do we still insist on a 24-hour schedule? Clock. I mean, I get it. That's how the world works. But, man, at this day and age, 24 hours is just not enough. Well, anyways, moving on. Hey, you know what? Speaking of time and having not enough, that kind of relates to why I love my sleep. Moving on to things that I don't like. Now, as I mentioned before, I love to cook. But when it comes to cooking, preparing ingredients can be a little pain in the ass at times. Like sometimes I just spend like half an hour to like 45 minutes just to prepare some of the ingredients, chopping things up. And since I'm a messy person, sometimes I just lose some of my ingredients, so yeah. It's like, my only problem with cooking is preparing ingredients take up like 45 minutes. Like, preparing ingredients like takes up like 45 minutes, and then the actual cooking is like probably 10-20 minutes. Or if, let's say, you're stewing it or you're leaving it to boil for probably like 2 hours, and then there's that. But it's pretty satisfying though. Alright, these next 3 pointers. Tsumo no mi, Riichi no mi, Tanyo no mi. They are the 3 most annoying hands to see when someone wins in Riichi Mahjong. Like, Tanyo is basically all simples. Riichi is when someone declares their hands ready, but then there's Riichi no mi. Pretty means nomi means only. So like, you basically win just 1 point. It pretty much just ruined the table for everyone. Just In fact, just recently, I think a week ago, when I was playing with a couple of friends, the number of Tsumonomis is unreal. Yeah, agreed. If the food's good, it's definitely worth the effort. But still, the thought of preparing the ingredients just eggs on over time. I think I mentioned about time and why I hate the time police and why I hate having not enough time. I agree. We need more time. Which is why time is precious. And, funny enough, it's a precious currency if you think about it. Right. Moving on. Being cold as cinder. Where do I begin? I've had this problem since like what? High school? Middle high school-ish? When a couple of weeb friends decided to joke around about it. Like, it started to annoy me a little bit, but when it comes to being a tsundere or being called one, you're just not winning it. Like, if you deny, they call you a tsundere. If you don't deny, they think you are actually accepting the fact you are. But no, you're actually not. But you don't really have a choice, but you have to accept it. But you don't really want to accept it. And then the problem just persists for like years on. Oh well, and here I am. 2021. Still being called a tsundere. Yeah. Alright, the last point I wanted just like horror. I'm really bad with horror games. Horror genre, in fact. In fact, ever since I live alone in this apartment, I try my best not to touch horror-related stuff. Or if I have to play horror games with friends, I normally play during the daytime with only one ear of my headset on. Because me no can do. Me no can do horror. Too spook. Too spook 5 me. Alright. Moving on. Video games. This day and age, it's no surprise, almost everyone plays video games, I think. Well, whoever has access to an internet or a smartphone, at least. So I mostly play games on the PC, sometimes on the consoles. I have a Switch, I have a PS4 Pro, but usually I'm on the PC. Let's start off with the genre I love the most. Grand Strategy. I don't know where the Grand Strategy genre or term was coined, but what I'm referring to are the games made by this small, quote-unquote, small indie company called Paradox Interactive. They're from Sweden, that's one. And they make games such as Europa Universalis 4, Crusader Kings, Hearts of Iron, Victoria 3 is coming out soon, Imperative Rome, and those are like their main titles. Oh yeah, Stellaris. Let's not forget that. Now from those titles, the gameplay is usually just you stare at a map and you play politics and you play the strategist role in the military front. So think of it in this way. Well, I guess the best way to describe it is Europa Universalis 4. You pick a country in the year 1444, and then you play throughout history up to like 1821? Yeah, 1821. And they have a lot of in-game events and different nations for you to interact with. So they try their best to simulate history while you try to create your own. In fact, I've played Europa Universalis for like about Playing screenshots there says 5,000 hours. I think right now is about 5,500 actually. Good lord. That game's a time sink for me. So yeah, that's the game I love the most. Naturally, with grand strategy. Surprise, surprise, I love strategy games. Play a lot of them. From 4X games like Galactic Civ, Sid Meier's Civilization series, XCOM, Banished. Well, are simulation games considered strategy games? Some are, who knows. If they're under the same umbrella, then sure. Third pointer, Otoge. I used to play a lot of music games. The reason why I say used was I think I stopped playing a couple years ago. Well, I stopped playing it regularly. Play games like Osu. I used to go to arcades playing Jubeat, Sound Voltex, the washing machine game, My. In fact, I used to play a lot of on the phone, Citus. Citus, Love Live, IMAS. Yep, you name it. Quite a number of those. Yeah, I know, right? I'm a historian who loves strategy games that's based on history? No way! But yeah, hopefully I'm trying to get back into music games. In fact, I don't really want to call it a proper music game, but it is a rhythm game. It's on the Switch. It's Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories. I haven't played it yet. I just started, I think, last night. Got a little bit of gameplay of it. Trying to figure out what story it has in store. Just in case I have to prepare myself for the next Kingdom Hearts installment. Alright, moving on. Visual novels with brackets. Well, I'm not gonna say what kind of visual novels there are, but on a number 18 plus ones, I'll say that. Like, the one I started off with was, what said I? Was it? I can't remember the English title. Was it it was somewhere along the lines of "I can't believe my childhood friend is the president." It's made by Alcott. That was my first one. I think I still love Alcott games till now. They're pretty cute. But my favorite visual novel developer. Yes, Catboy Paradise. I haven't played it yet. I haven't seen it yet. I might play it on stream someday. Just for the gigs. Anyways, back to my favorite developer. That's gotta be Minato Soft. Minato Soft, Minato Carnival, and the various companies that has down the line. Started off from Magikoi. I love Sujito. And yeah. In fact, I sort of followed the producer of Minato. This bloke called Takahiro. He produced this Mahou Shoujo series called Yuki Onna. Also, he directed the Akamega Kill anime, which was very surprising for me. I wasn't expecting him to have that kind of potential for that, but that was a nice surprise. Alright, moving on. With visual novels, you come RPGs. I want to say more wholesome, but they're not necessarily wholesome. Say the last The ones with less censorship. No, that's bad out of context. It's basically like games like let's see, let's name RPGs I love. You know what? Since I mentioned it, Kingdom Hearts. Been playing that since elementary school. Yep. I was one of those who had to wait 10 years for Kingdom Hearts 3. I remember when I streamed it on Twitch in my personal account. Got it on day one, streamed it for the entire day. Entire day? You know what? I'll count it as 2 days. Because I decided to do a non-stop stream. And it went on till like, what? 23 and a half hours? I'm glad I finished it by then. Well, that's Kingdom Hearts. Well, naturally, Kingdom Hearts. Talking about Kingdom Hearts, we'll move on to Final Fantasy. Play a number of those. I grew up with FF10, so there's that. Didn't really touch 12 and 11. 13. Yeah, I remember playing 13. It was on the PS3. Just the first one though. I didn't manage to finish it. Didn't really have the patience back then in middle school. FF14, yes, I have played FF14. Like, I'm like level 6? Nah, not 60 yet, 50 plus. We're still getting through the second DLC. Hopefully I'll get a chance to stream it. Play a little more. It's like on the back of my mind. Like, I want to play it, but then I have something else to do, or some other games I want to prioritize. Righto. So yeah, a lot of JRPGs. Anything on the west side? Well, can't really remember any particular. But I do enjoy RPGs in general. Alright, moving on. So I'm just gonna bunch Apex and League of Legends as games with high adrenaline. Games like those two, Dota, Overwatch. I used to play a lot of League of Legends for a while. I started in like season 2 for League. And just recently I stopped playing it because I hate season 11. Also, the game was starting to... I mean, naturally, League is toxic, but I was able to tolerate it. I would say, when you play the game for a long period of time, you get used to the toxicity and just ignore everyone. But now, it's come to the point where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think it's time to just take a little break from that. Especially this season when I hate it. Apex. I played it on like day 2 of release. Oh, that was pretty fun for a while. And then day 3, people start pouring in from the hype and start becoming unfun. I think I made a return like to Apex at the start of this year. Went to see how well it goes, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. What else? Overwatch was the thing. Used to play it. Not anymore. Probably in the future. Who knows? Alright, enough about video games. Let's talk about music. Alright, where do I start with music? I'm looking at the list, and there's like a lot of different genres I listen to. That is pretty true. I still listen to most of them. Well, let's just put it this way. I enjoy a lot of different kinds of music. Though I'm not really in. I don't want to say I avoid, but I couldn't really appreciate it as much. Let's just put it that way. I wasn't really able. I'm not able to appreciate pop as much, but if it's on the radio, or if someone's playing it, I'm just fine. But generically speaking, any song. I used to be pretty huge. I used to be in this place called Idle Hell for a while. Hence the Ophelia saga, what I like to call it, along with. At first they were called Stedham Hearts, but now they're Ikiteru Hearts. Remember the first two singles they made? That kind of stopped following them after that. What else? Toho music, Dojin music in particular. Been a fan of that ever since I discovered Toho. And then just recently, say recently, it's about like a few years now. Ever since I started playing Grand Strategy. In fact, that was how I found out about Sabaton. And from there, I started appreciating some power metal, melodic metal. In fact, I don't really like. I like metal. I don't really like it when it gets unnecessarily heavy. That's why I tend to stay around like between Nightwish, Blind Guardian. Who else? Some of Illuvitite's songs are good. Like Call of the Mountain, I love that so much. Alrighty. Oh my god, that was about like half an hour. Wow. Let's move on. I already forgot what slides are what. It's been a while since I've touched these. Oh good lord. Right. So this is what I'm gonna start streaming, or like how I'm gonna stream. I came up with this stream schedule. It's a very simple one. Monday, I'll play games of like high adrenaline or esportsy. Don't really spend too much time with it. I mean, I could if I want, but I'm just taking note that this is like a tentative schedule. It's not really a permanent thing. Like, for example, if there's like a collaboration that's happened, or if like I just want to switch things up, this is like I always say a set template for what I want to do. Monday esports. So Tuesday and Thursday, there's this thing called long play. I don't really know how to describe it, but basically, think of it as a set time I dedicate myself to stream games with like story-driven content, or like strategy games with a long campaign series. Like, let's say for example, hey, I want to replay FF7 Remake. So I book that on like a Tuesday and Thursday, and just try to complete it as soon as possible, without not having this is bad out of context. I'll just stream it as soon or like as fast as possible while I enjoy myself. And then on Wednesday, I'm just gonna book it as a grand strategy day. I just want to keep that down there because I love playing grand strategy, and I want to dedicate one day to just playing a genre or game I love playing. Alright, Friday. Chet's Roulette. Now, Chet's Roulette is basically, I guess, when I get a decent following and a small community of people around me, I pretty much gonna ask chat, not necessarily on stream, but possibly on Twitter. Just ask what games they like to see me play, Or they like to torture me with some game they have in mind, or whatsoever. And all these game suggestions, I'll put them on a wheel. And on stream, I'm just gonna spin the wheel and see what we get from it. Now, Saturday and Sunday, I left it blank. I usually want to leave those as rest days. Or days where we could do F1 watch-alongs, because usually they're on the weekends. I've never really seen people do F1 watch-alongs, so here we go. I can't wait to watch with people. If I ever get a following. Also, I may put guerrilla streams on weekends. Who knows? But yeah, weekends usually dedicated to other stuff. Like, have fun watch-alongs, free talks, karaoke. Or other random shenanigans I feel like doing. Alright, moving on. So just like everyone, I have my own goals. Oh god, I'm not supposed to laugh at my own animations, but I love it. So over here, I have my own set of goals. I know 1k subs is a small amount, but hey, everyone's gotta start off somewhere, right? Hopefully I get 1k subs. That'd be a huge morale boost. I don't know how long it's gonna take me. But, oh, yeah, that's right. Since we're talking about goals now, let's put this here. Hey! A sub goal. Thanks to the 5 who've subbed to me already. 5 out of 1,000. Hopefully we could reach it by the end of the year. Doubt I could, but hey. If it's a goal I want to reach, I should try my best to reach it, right? Alrighty. So then, sub goals. Let's move on to things what I want to do. Things like voice acting. Like script reading on stream. Oh god, that'd actually be a lot of fun. That probably do like voicing, what do you call it? Something like a radio drama kind of deal. I don't really know what to call it. Like a voice drama? Like a radio drama, or like just voice acting generally. If it's for a game or an animation, hey, that's a massive plus. Moving on with that. I think like any other VTubers, songs and covers. That'd be fun. That'd be real fun. I want to release a song of my own someday. And make covers. I love singing. I love to do karaoke. I forgot to mention that, even though it was covered before. Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you. And naturally, with songs and covers, podcasts, I'll have to like imagine having a VTuber podcast show. I know it's kind of like a free talk kind of deal, but like, imagine a free talk with a set objective to be properly recorded with a proper script. I don't know. Is that a thing? I mean, it's gotta be about some topic, that's for sure. Right, moving on. So, this integrated community or fan interaction thing. It's hard for me to explain it. I guess you see it in Twitch a lot, where like, you know those marble races where people just put a Twitch name on it and then they just go for a marble race kind of thing. Yeah, I'd like to do that someday. Also, a huge grand strategy multiplayer game. It's gonna be a nightmare to host the game itself, but man, that'd be a lot of fun. I know, racing rig. Now this is a tough topic to talk about. I love racing, but to get into sim racing is another thing. And just getting a sim racing rig itself is a nightmare. I mean, sure, you could pretty much get like a decent, cheap, decent setup for probably like less than 1,000. Oh man, to get a decent racing rig is almost as good as buying a car yourself. Moving on, collabs with the VTuber community. I'm trying my best to get along with everyone and find communities that I could be around with and that I'm comfortable to hang around with the people in there. So yeah, I could do a lot more collabs often in the future. ASMR. Now I wrote that one down there as a meme. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do it or not. Who knows? Alright. Now that we're done talking about this, let's move on to the last slide. Oh boy. I wonder what this could be. It's about my Twitter hashtags. Anyways, I thought about this for my debut stream, and here we go. So I made hashtags for myself, and okay. So fun fact, I thought of the name, or when my name came about, I didn't realize how shorting Rei and Pei together would sound like a bad idea. But hey, be hilarious for NSFW tag, right? So I'm just gonna put it over there. Well, that's it. That's my debut. Thanks for tuning in, whoever's around. Well, hopefully I get to stream some content very soon. Is there any questions? Here, if there's any, I got something to share. Oh, where is it? There we go. There we go. I have my own marshmallow, yay. So if you'd like to ask me anything, well, there we go. There it is. Yeah. If it was drag your own phasmophobia. I mean, I may or may not have a collab plan already, including the game that starts with a P and ends with an A. Well, other than that, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I actually say it feels weird, huh? But hey, This is the life I'm living. Working on stream overlays, and hopefully I'll get to stream something today, for once. Well, other than that, thanks for tuning in.